Hey guys, thank you for joining us again for another exciting episode of YOML. This is the Year of Magical Learning podcast. So today we are doing reflection 337, and this is the second installment of the book Made to Stick. We're gonna pick it up today.
Yep, we almost went into this yesterday a little bit, but I'm glad we stopped her. So it'll be good.
Today, the conversation won't be related to the reflection. So
That's true. Yeah, it'll be related to learning how to play the piano.
Yeah. Yep.
So this is part 2 of Made to Stick, and the book is Why Some Ideas Survive and Other Ideas Die, and it's just walking through a framework of why some ideas stick and most ideas don't. It's an interesting book. Really liked it a lot. Part 1, we talked about profoundly simple, making something, you have to know something so intensely well in order for you to be able to translate it out of your head and into to have somebody else understand it and be able to communicate that. Whether what they do with that at that point in time, that's up to them. But they need to be able to understand what you're saying to be able to make that decision. Otherwise, it's not really worth it. So actually, it's a good piggyback on profoundly simple and I Can't Hear Your Song, right? So I started this one off with values are abstract, right? One of the things that you and I talked about a lot on this whole journey is the idea of values and their importance. All right. So the values are abstract, right? Like that's one of the reasons why values are so valuable in a lot of ways, right? Because you can't take an abstract idea from somebody. You could take any tangible object out of somebody's hands, your home, your family, your food, your luxury items, anything that actually exists in this world as a physical entity can be taken from you. But the one thing that cannot be taken from you is what lives in your mind, which is usually ideas. And that's kind of what values are. They're abstract by design because they don't really mean they're moldable, they're adaptable, they're shapeable given the situation and environment and whatever else. Values can go with you and they can be interpreted and deployed in so many different ways that makes it almost indispensable. I don't know if they're indispensable, but you can't take them from somebody because you can't take an idea out of somebody's head, right? But while there's immense power in values and that abstract nature of values and how they're very adaptable and moldable, there's also a lot of confusion, right? Like, because when I say something in my head of what a value is to me, if I, like challenge is one of my core values, right? If I say the word challenge to you, like it's almost a guarantee that you're going to come up with a different meaning to that word that I just said to you. Like here, I'll ask you, like when you say that, when you hear the word challenge, like as a core value, like what do you think of? Oh, I can't hear you.
Hello?
There you go.
I think of obstacle. I guess more of like things that is difficult. Things that is not desirable. That's what I mean. So to me, challenge isn't a thing that I desire. I don't desire challenge.
Gotcha.
I can stand up to challenge, but I don't desire it. So if I have to, I will. But I don't. It's like for me, it's like, hey, if you draft me, I will go, but I won't enlist.
Okay.
Right. Once I'm in it, then my whole effort's in it. But I don't look for it. Right. So I will stand up to challenge, and I will take up the challenge if I have to, because of some other desire. Like if you tell me, hey, there is a plank from one tall building to the other tall building, you need to go across it. I would never go across it unless there's something on the other side that I need. Whether that's to rescue my daughter or to do whatever, I will go. So that to me is a challenge. I don't do challenge because that's something I look for. I look for harmony. I look for like the Mexican fisherman. I mean, you go drink a cup of coffee, you talk to your friends, you take a stroll down the neighborhood with your wife.
Right.
That's what I look for.
Yep.
I don't go say, hey, I wish there's a bull coming through the valley or whatever, so I can, maybe fight it or, look grand in front of people. I don't look for that.
Yep.
So this is a characteristic of anyone, right?
Hey, that's not what challenge means to me. This
exactly, and I agree. Everybody is going to be different in terms of their definition of the word.
Exactly. So this is, for me, challenging myself is actually problem solving. It's trying to play the piano. It's going, well, that's a challenge. Like, I don't know how to do this. This is a different language. and I'm
it's an
trying
opportunity.
It's an opportunity to learn. Like,
for me,
I'm serious.
it's never a challenge.
But I'm proactively seeking out ways to problem solve and to push myself and to get out of my comfort zone. I'm not doing it because I want to be uncomfortable. I'm doing it because I like
That's
problems.
what makes you comfortable. If people say, you get out of the comfort zone, that's BS, right?
Hmm?
You are comfortable by being challenged, right? Because the thing is, if let's say you play tennis, right?
Uncomfortable
tennis, and you play a 5-year-old and you beat them with a breeze, right? It makes you feel so bad because there's no one there to even give you a sweat. That's what I'm saying. You are comfortable with being challenged. Okay. So people want to be comfortable. If people say, get out of your comfort zone, blah, blah, to me, that's a bunch of BS.
I mean,
because you are to force yourself to be someone else.
I've been struggling to start this piano playing thing because I keep staring at the keys and I'm like, this is a foreign language. I don't even fucking know where to start. But I keep telling myself the past couple of days, just fucking start somewhere. Just start somewhere. Go watch YouTube or something. Go listen to the song you wanted to play and think about it. Just start doing something. I just came from doing this stuff and I made a tiny little inroad today. I at least know where F and C are on the keyboard, and I'm like, I know where they are. Okay, I can look at a keyboard. I won't go fast, but I'll go F and C. That's F, that's C, that's F, that's C, right? And I would know where they are. It's like looking at a keyboard and going, okay, A is to the left and L is to the far right. At least I can tell you that at this point in time versus going, I've never seen this thing before. But for me, that's fun, right? That's engaging. It keeps me engaged. It keeps me on my toes. It keeps me learning. And it's paralyzing, but it's fun. Like, it's not discomfort. I'm not seeking discomfort. I'm seeking a challenge. I mean, I'm seeking a problem.
You're seeking something that you want, which is a comfort zone. You are comfortable doing the challenge, whatever that means to you. And for you to find challenge are different. You are comfortable doing it. It's like, hey, you're comfortable, driving. The thing driving is dangerous, right? Driving it takes a lot of skills and it's a lot of risk too. Right. But you're comfortable driving. That's what I'm saying is you don't seek uncomfort. It's like, hey, I'm going to take a field trip. Oh, I'm uncomfortable. I'm getting out of my comfort zone. No, you're not. It's like I said, I want to go explore. I want to go to the park. Like, oh, I'm uncomfortable. It's like, no, you're not uncomfortable. You wanted that. So that makes you comfortable. Yep. Because in order for you to explore, satisfy your curiosity, that makes you comfortable. It's not about being uncomfortable, not being out of your comfort zone, right? Your comfort zone is, hey, doing something you don't want to do to get out of your comfort zone. To me, pardon my French, but that's stupid because it's like, hey, I want to go eat the frog every day. Right. If that's not you, say, hey, I am this person. I'm an introvert. I am a programmer. I don't need to go out there and run for office in the public office. That's not me. Why am I trying to get out of my comfort zone and do that? Why?
I don't know. I mean, like, unless there's some mission and purpose behind it that I can't hear.
But the thing is, that's fine. There's never a mission that never aligned with your core values. But your core values say, hey, this is who you are, and you're comfortable with this. If I tell you that I spent last probably 25 years, or probably more, sitting on the computer more than I sleep. That means I sit at the computer like probably like, from like, if you talk about work wise, I go to work, but I also go on the computer. So the 8 hours of work plus the other hours of leisure, I'm on the computer. Right. Over 25 years to you. But it's comfortable to me.
Oh my God, dude, I would be tortured. I have to move.
If you had to look at code, it's not even English, okay? It's just code. And you look at the code and there are thousands of pages of code, right? Think about that. Think about how absurd that is, right? It's uncomfortable for you, but it's comfortable for me. This is the reason why there is no reason for you to get out of your comfort zone. Get into your comfort zone. Whatever is comfortable, you do that. They say, hey, it's unknown. I haven't reached that level yet, but it doesn't mean it's uncomfortable.
Okay, well, hang on. We're sidetracked a little bit. So let's get back to the finishing of the reflection. All these things tie in together, right? So going back to values or abstract, right? I know what challenge means in my brain. You have an idea of what challenge means in your brain. But how do I translate that to you? Is it possible to translate that to you? How do I get you to understand what this means to me, if that's the goal? And one of the things
and this is what we talked about yesterday as well, because the thing is, there are certain things that you say that it's not the delivery itself. It is the message, whether it's want to be received or not, right? And so when you say, hey, this is challenge, it's my definition of challenge is different and your definition of challenge. So it may understand some of it,
Right.
but not all of it, just because that's not a core values that I take to heart.
I'm getting there. I agree wholeheartedly. There was a study that they talked about in this book that I thought was really interesting. It was done at Stanford University. It was called Tappers and Listeners. And back in 1990, each student was assigned one of two roles, a tapper or a listener. The tappers were given 25 popular songs like Happy Birthday and Jingle Bells, and they had to tap it out, the tune, with their fingers on the table. Ears are good at blocking noise. Anyway,
Yep.
So they had to tap out with their fingers on a table. It's like tap, 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 tap,
Right.
the song. And then the listeners would listen to the tapping and they would guess the song. So as you might have guessed, like, or may not have guessed, what the 122 times, the 120 times a tune was tapped, the singer guessed the correct tune only 3 times. So 2.5% success rate. Now, they actually asked the tapper before they started, what do you predict the success rate of the listener would be of these insanely popular songs that they were given? And they said 50%. That's what they thought. The tapper thought that 50% of the time they'd be able to get the song that they tapped out, that the listener would understand it. It was 2.5%. That is a massive, massive gap between the two of them, because what goes on in your head and what you are playing, like if you just try to do Happy Birthday to You on the table right now, I'm going, Happy Birthday to you. Like, would you have got that if I hummed it?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. All right, there you go. So I did hum it and you got it, right? But like, anyway, my point being is, when you do, I'm playing the song in my head and I'm tapping it out on the thing, but it just does not translate, right? Clearly, you could have probably blind guessed, like you said yesterday, actually, with this thing. Like, you could have probably just said, Happy Birthday to You. You said that for every one of these songs, and you've at least got 1 out of 25, right? What is that? What's 1 out of 25?
1 out of 25? That's 4%?
4%. So even if you just would have said Happy Birthday to You for every one of these things, you would have been more successful than.
So that means this is insignificant enough that it doesn't count.
Yeah, I mean, like, actually, it's even worse. Like, you're worse than just blind guessing, because you can't understand what's going on in somebody's head in this clear song. I mean, it's crystal clear in my head of going, Happy Birthday to you, Happy Birthday to you. And when I'm tapping it out, I'm clearly going, oh yeah, I know exactly what this is easy, right? Like, did you ever watch Masked Singer? You ever seen Masked Singer before?
I've seen a few minutes.
I love that show, by the way. And there's very few times when a singer starts singing and I'm like, oh, I know that voice. That's Rob Gronkowski. I'm like, that's easy. It's Rob Gronkowski. And my wife's like, how'd you know that? I'm like, well, it's Rob Gronkowski. Like, who doesn't know what Rob Gronkowski sounds like? I know what it sounds like. It's crystal clear to me. It triggered whatever the connections were that got played back. And I'm like, oh, that's Rob Gronkowski. In like 2 seconds. I remember when Snoop Dogg was on there one time, I think. Or no, Busta Rhymes was on there. And I was like, oh, that's Busta Rhymes. Like, and I'm like, that's like, I mean, there's no other voice like Busta Rhymes. It's Busta Rhymes. But like, if you don't, it's easy for me to make that connection because I could hear exactly, like, anyway, that even though there's some random dude in a costume, like, it was easy for me to make a connection to these things. But it's so hard, even when you're hearing somebody sing and talk. Like, oftentimes, like, they pull off their mask and you're like, holy shit, how did I not know that was that person? They have like, if I listen to one of their songs on the radio, I'm like, I know who that singer is, but like, listening to him in a bowl costume and you're like, how is that possible? Like, so here's the problem, right? Is if you can't hear what's in my head and I can't translate it to you very well, then we're both never going to connect on anything. So if I want to be able to share the idea of what challenge means to me, how do I do that? So here's my solution personally, after writing through this process. I think it's a simple 2-step process. Number 1 is you personally have to know what challenge means to you intimately. Like, you have to know exactly what this means, right? Like, I have to know wholeheartedly, if I say that challenge is one of my core values, I have to know it by heart, right? There can't be any debate about it. If somebody asks me about it, I have to be able to 100% intrinsically deep down know, this is what I mean when I say challenge. And then number 2, and this is the most important part about it, you don't need to speak it to somebody. Because when I say I want to get uncomfortable or problem solve, you're like, well, that's great. You could go problem solve doing math, Chris. And I'm like, no. That's not what I mean, Drew. Like, I mean, I want to go, honestly, it's usually most of the time it's like solving a puzzle. I guess math could be that, like, I guess you could probably put math in this, and it doesn't matter. But my thing is, I want to push myself and solve a problem that I've never solved before. And I want to push myself to get out of my comfort zone, like you said, but not out of my element where I don't feel like it's obtainable, right? Like, I'm not trying to go climb Mount Everest or whatever right now. Like, there's a scale of what this means to me. So when I say challenge, the best thing I can do is know it inside of my body, what challenge means to me. And then number two, and this is the most important part, is to go bring it to life with my actions every single day. So when I say I'm going to challenge myself this month, and I'm doing a monthly challenge, and I'm playing the piano, you know what I'm talking about. You're like, oh, Chris is just trying to fuck around with seeing if he likes something or he doesn't like something, and if he wants to make it a habit or not, and he's just playing around. He's just having fun, playing around, trying to push himself to solve a problem, see if we can talk about it, have fun, learn a new habit, see if he likes it, or something like that, right? Like, that's what challenge means to me when I say that, right? I think when I do this stuff, if you were to watch me every single day out on a run, or if you were to watch me having this conversation with you and say, hey, True, challenge me is like to tell me that I'm wrong. Like, that's another thing, challenge, right? Tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me that I want to learn. I want somebody to poke holes.
Well, a challenge for me because I enjoy it.
I know. I'm saying this isn't just a challenge for me. I want you to challenge me too. I want anybody out there to be like, oh, hey, bring it on. Like, I'm in. I like, you want to compete? Let's compete. You want to poke holes and stuff? You just want to have a philosophical conversation? Let's fucking do this, right? Like that. All those things mean challenge to me. But the number one way for you to be able to understand that is for me to be able to show you with my actions what that means to me. And then that's when I feel like the other person can finally take your value and understand it and go, I get it. I get what Chris is saying when he says challenge is what he likes to do, right? Like, I understand now. Like, he said a word challenge. Does that make sense to you?
In a way, yes. But similar to what I said yesterday is I don't agree with it 100%. And it's still the same. It's still the same school of thought as yesterday. Because I'm saying is because for me, like, when you say step one is you're talking about heart, right? That is essentially step 1 and 2 together. You cannot know you're talking about heart if you don't live your actions. There's no way you understand. You can't be no. So step 1 and step 2 are basically one, and that one step is actually what we said yesterday. Profoundly simple.
Yep.
So that means you only have one step. The second step is not about you living your core values, right? It's not about you knowing your song by heart. It's not about you knowing your song. Profoundly simple.
Mm-hmm.
In order for me to understand what you say, I have to also know it profoundly. Because you can tell me, let's imagine this. You can tell me the same thing, but tell my 3-year younger self. I would have no idea what you're talking about. Because I have not been with you on a journey. I don't know the Chris yet. I have not spent enough effort to make this profoundly simple.
But people that don't even know me to the level that you know me, and if they just ask, like my wife's cousin, Becca, who's been staying with us or whatever, she picked up my rucksack pack off the table downstairs or whatever. That's where there's like a little seated bench in our little Bay Area. Anyway, that's where I've been putting my rucksack every morning when I was coming in for the past month doing my rucksack challenge. One day she was on the phone with her mom or whatever, and she sat down on the little seated bench and she had to move that out of the way, and she picked it up and she was like, shit, that's fucking heavy. I came in from another room and she was like, what is that? And I go, oh, it's my rucksack pack. And she was like, that thing's heavy. And I go, yeah, I've been running with that this month. It's my monthly challenge. She's like, what are you talking about? Like, and I was like, I was like, well, do you really want to know? If you want to know, then I'll explain to you how this all came to be. And she's like, yeah, I'm kind of curious. And I go, okay, fine. So I explained to her the whole Outlive book that led into the discomfort, the comfort crisis book that led into Born to Carry, that led into, Born to Run, and, yada, yada, yada. And this is why I'm running every single day with this fucking weighted backpack on my back, and she was like, okay, that's kind of interesting, actually. And like, anyway, my point being is she understands what challenge means to me by seeing me do this stuff every single day and living.
Well, that's what I'm saying is she understands, but she doesn't understand.
She doesn't understand.
She only understands what she saw,
Oh,
but
I agree. I mean,
that's like
you
the
can't
3%.
understand.
That's the 3% of the song we're talking about. It's just probably worse than being random.
Actually, let's do this really fast. I'm actually kind of curious. So there's 25 songs they did in this. I don't know what they actually are. Just take a guess. They said 25 popular songs. Let's just try to think of 10 of them. Really, 10 songs right now, and let's see if we can get 10 out of 25. So, "Happy Birthday to You." Well, give me another one.
Jingle Bell.
Jingle Bells.
The Star.
Twinkle Twinkle. That's a good one. The National Anthem.
National Anthem.
National Anthem. Give me another one.
I mean, you want popular like Holy Night? You talking about
Holy Night's not a bad one. I mean,
Red Nose Reindeer. That's
a good one. Yeah.
Give me my Christmas song.
Right.
Do Your Silent Night.
I guess so. I mean, maybe they're all Christmas songs. Old MacDonald. Oh, Old MacDonald.
Old MacDonald, yeah.
What were the songs?
List.
Give me the songs.
I just want to know the list of songs. Maybe ask ChatGPT.
Oh my God, this is so annoying.
I don't think they say it.
It's all Star Spangled Banner. There you go. Anyway, I'm sad that we can't find this because I bet you money that we could have at least gotten 20% if we just picked like the most popular 5 songs and just guessed one of those 5 songs every single time and hope to get it. I bet you would have at least gotten 3. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Just name. The thing is, you only name the song that you know, and that's like less than 5, right? And so the popular songs that people think is going to be in that 25, unless the list of 25 isn't popular songs by any measure.
If there wasn't a popular song, like there's 0 chance. I mean, I'm getting 0%. Like if you're gonna have me sing,
who says it's a popular song, right?
If you're gonna do
some
Brandy,
magazine decides that hey, this is a popular song. Well,
Right.
That fucking magazine is one editor, right?
Yeah.
One fucking editor say, hey, this is a popular song. So that is not real. I mean, to me, that's not representation of the song. So the song that you and I know, right? Meaning that it's in our head, permanently in our head most of the time. So we are going to guess them put it correctly, just blindly guess them. And if they actually have done the popular song, it would be included in there. So I would say you would get 3 to 5 easily, right? The 5 songs that they know, right? And so I think by the probability itself, you would surpass the 2.5%.
I'm actually shocked that's the number, to be honest with you. It just goes to show you how hard
and
it is.
I think the reason for that 2.5% is the list isn't representations of the popular songs.
Well, I mean, they're definitely well-known songs. And besides that, even if you gave me the top 25 number 1 songs of 25 years in a row or whatever, like I would probably get 0. I mean, I wouldn't know Michael Jackson's Thriller if you tapped it out. I mean, can you imagine tapping out Thriller? Like, could da 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 da, like I'd be like, what?
I mean, if you think about it, this is what I'm saying yesterday. The other person also has to be in the circles of that, like we're talking about like science or math or music.
Right.
Because the thing is, I'm not a music guy. You ask me happy birthday, it's like I actually have to go out and like figure out how to do it. It's not doesn't come straight to me, right?
Really?
So you have to, for you to tap, you have to think about it, right? It's not right. You have to think about it because you're not a musician. If you're not a musician, you're gonna be a random guess at best. But if you are a musician, for example, you say the Michael Jackson Thriller, right? You would have known the lyrics. I don't remember the lyrics. You tell me to hum it, I can't even hum it.
Well, right? That's interesting with the whole Masked Singer. Going back to the Masked Singer, Robin Thicke is one of the guest judges on there, and Robin Thicke is like, he's an incredible voice, incredible singer. He's sung and done collaborations with. I would venture to say 25% of the guests that have ever been on that show, Robin Thicke has probably done a collaboration with or worked with, or like this guy's a professional singer that knows a lot of people, that studies singing, and he barely ever gets it right, ever. And some of these people are like, I used to hang out at your house, and he can't get it right. I mean,
exactly.
Like,
what I'm saying is, go back to actually what I'm trying to get across is your step 1 and step 2 is actually just one step, which is on knowing your craft, knowing your song, right? Profoundly simple. The second piece isn't up to you. The second piece is the other person has to also have a profound simplification process. Okay, I also gone through the challenge. My definition is going to be different from yours because I have talked to you for so many years, like for past 3 years now, more than 3 years. And I know that. I know from the get-go that even though I told you my definition, that's what I think. But I don't think I know that that's not your definition. And I actually know what it is from your perspective. Right. And to me, this is because I'm also profoundly gone through the process of simplifying these things that we're talking about. Yep. So back to what we were saying before in many previous past, is like, in order for you and me to gather well, you and I have to push against each other back to even get up. Mm-hmm. So you can't go and say, okay, I have the brand new student, I want to guide him through the core values quest, right? Like your company, the guy that you're going through, he is at a different level than you. Mm-hmm. There's no way that he understands what you're saying, and there's no way that you can have enough satisfaction by talking to him. Getting satisfied as a mentor, but not as a peer, not as that person that pressing against the back and go up. And so to me, the second step is the other person has to get it on his own by also have the same core values and share at the same, not only the sharing the same core values, but at the same level. Because we both can get stuck in the well. Right? Yeah. We both share same core value, i.e. the well. But if you and I are not on the same level, pushing our backs against each other, there's no way we can climb out of the well just because, right?
I like that. It's making me think of like the dating game, where they would ask them random questions about like their significant other, whoever's on the show with them. Certain people would get it all right, and some people would get it just horribly wrong. And you're like, man, that's awful. But the people that got it right, you're like, oh, wow, they're really in sync. They really know each other. I definitely understand what you're saying there, because once you understand people's like, I know what you mean by I don't run for trains. I know what you mean by that. Like, I think if you said that to somebody, just random person on the street, and you said,
this is what I'm saying
simple,
is,
like, and they'd be like,
because this is what I'm saying is, there is so much beneath the iceberg. Like the tip of the top is only a small percentage, and that is not enough for somebody to get at you.
Let me guess what I don't run for train means to you. It means I'm not in a rush. This isn't life and death. Like,
I'm actually never in a rush.
I get there. Yeah, I mean, I'll get there when I get there. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And if it's not, I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to accommodate anybody else.
Exactly.
Okay. Because so like, I know
even if I told you I have to go and you say, hey, if you drag me on for another like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour, I just text the guy, hey, I'm busy right now.
Yeah, I don't have time.
Right? Yeah, I'm not calling. I mean, to be courteous, I'm going to text the guy, say, I'm sorry, but I have another meeting that went long. But I am not going to sweat and have any anxiety over it, even if that guy is in the hospital or if he's in jail. He can wait an hour, right? So that is exactly my definition of.
I've never seen you in over 3 years of doing this together ever. I don't even know that I've ever seen you just uncomfortable, like, where you're like, I've just never seen you like stressed in any way, shape, or form. A couple times you've been like, oh shit, like I just lost track of time, like, and you feel like bad about it, but like, I mean, like maybe that's like,
I feel bad for like 2 seconds.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
it's like one day it's like, remember one day it's like, an hour later, an hour and a half later, like I look at the phone, we say, oh, we still on tonight. I say, oh shit, sorry, Chris.
Right, but
oops.
Count how many times on that I've hopped on here where it's like Chicken Little, like the sky is falling or something like that. I mean, it's like, I don't know, probably at least 30% of the time where I'm like, where I got like a serious problem that I'm working through in my brain. You know what I mean? Like, and you're like, That's not really that big a deal. You know, I mean, it's
not.
I don't run for trains. It's not one of my core values.
But you and I have talked enough that you knew what I don't run for trains means to
well,
me and to you, personal.
Because of how you act, like not because of like, I mean, I kind of know what the idea of I don't run for trains is, right? Like, and I liked it. I mean, and I've shared it with you and we've talked about it, but like, I don't run for trains. Like I run for trains. Kind of, I actually think I may actually like running for trains. Like,
but like, if you like it or not, you still have to go through the process of simplification. It's not about whether you like it or not. It's about how much time that you spend the time processing it. It's about taking all of the big piece of the iceberg, all the thing we talk about, and make it simple. That means when you understand, understand, right? You don't have to like it, but you understand, because when you say, hey, you know, design of no design. In beginnings, like what the hell was that mean? But over time, you and I talk about, the Sapien book. We talk about, the happiness hypothesis, a bunch of and these things accumulated into the understanding of understanding. Meaning there is so much deeper. Basically, you and I both stick a head down under the water and look at the piece of iceberg from that, not just on the top, right? Because if you only saw somebody once or twice, right? You don't have to like it. You don't have to say, hey, this is my core values, but I've seen enough. When you've seen enough, meaning that you spend the time to even look at it. Because if you have no interest in talking to this person over here that's talking, i.e. me, you don't know. I mean, you would not see my practice of don't run for train, right?
100%.
That's what I'm saying is, to be profoundly simple, you have to do the thing you bring to life in order for you to even know yourself by heart. And that's the process of profoundly simple.
To be fair, I did put this in the if you read the second last paragraph, I said, when others see me performing these concrete actions, they understand what the value of challenge means to me. They can start to hear the songs playing in my mind. Most importantly, when I do these things, I discover why I value challenge in the first place, and it gives me energy to keep going forward, right? You do your values for yourself, right? Becca, my wife's cousin, Becca, is the perfect example, right? She sees something and goes, why are you doing that? She wanted to see the iceberg a little bit. She asked me, and I said, do you really want to? I even asked her, I was like, do you really want to look under the surface of the ocean right now and see what's down below? Because like, I will tell you. And but you have to, do you really want to know? And she was like, yeah, I do really want to know. And she was genuinely interested. And I appreciated that, because she's a good person. And, but either way, like she, like to your point, she saw the tip of the iceberg out there going, okay, I think I know what he's doing and I understand this intuitively, but like, why? Like, when you ask the question, why, like, that's when somebody's probably genuinely wants to like, learn more. And this is what we talked about yesterday with profoundly simple, right? Like, people can see me with a weighted vest on, running outside every single day over the course of a month and go, I see it, I get it, but like, why, right? Like, and that's when the second part of profoundly simple comes in. You get to choose whether you want to engage on the other side of the coin, right? Like, I get to hear just do it and go, I like it, tell me more. Or I get to hear just do it and go, I get it, but I don't really care, I'm going to go this way,
That's exactly what I'm saying. It's not up to you, it's up to the other person to be receptive, because you can do this all day long and all month long. Right. If a person has no interest, Becca can live in the same house as you and see you doing it every day, but have no interest in it.
That's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to go out of my way.
So she still will never understand it. But back to my point I said yesterday, it is not your responsibility to make her understand. It is her responsibility. If she wants to know, she will ask you. And if she's still interested and wants to know more, then she asks more. But you're not responsible to say, hey, I got to correct you. I'm sorry, Becca, but you have to sit down. And
I got to explain.
I'm not going to correct you because you don't want to know. Why do I need to correct you for, hey, you misunderstood what challenge means to me. Right. That's what I'm saying.
Actually, she was just over here. So she just moved to Indy and she was staying with us for a couple months before she was looking for a house. She bought a house just down the street from us, actually. So she's only maybe like 3/4 of a mile away from our house or something like that. So she's, close enough to walk or quick drive over here. She moved to Indianapolis so she could be closer to my wife, right? And our children. And I appreciate that. And that's great. So because of that, now she comes over all the time and that's fine. So earlier tonight, she was over just before this call and I was downstairs trying to play the piano and I'm just hacking away on stuff over there. She didn't even have to ask. I'm sure she's like, oh, I get it. This is a new challenge. This is what he's doing. And if I wanted to know, I'll ask more, but I already know. Like, this is what he does. Right. I already know enough. I'm pretty okay with not digging deeper into this one.
Exactly.
Which that only comes from people. I mean, like, I'm such a firm believer in values are worthless unless you bring them to life. It's a two-part thing. You have to understand.
A value doesn't manifest unless somebody's practicing it. It's about the practice.
It's just a word. It's a word.
Right?
It's bringing a word to life with your actions, right? But like, that word matters. The idea matters, and understanding why you want to do an action matters. But then doing the action is really what makes a value, right?
It's a yin and a yang, because you cannot, because like you and I are well, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say I am an abstract thing and you are the manifester, whatever you want to call it. The yin and yang, it has to support and push each other against each other for it to go up. So it's a spiral upward, right? So you cannot be without, because you can say, well, I'm not going to think about it, but trying to manifest it. What are you going to manifest? If you manifest, right, but you don't have the support of the idea, it's not going to continue to evolve. It cannot. And so that's the thing. It's a yin yang. It's a mutual symbiotic push against each other to become better, to get to the next level. You and I have to push our backs against each other and push against the wall of the well to go up together. You and I cannot be on a different level. Same thing with your practice and your core values. They must go hand in hand. These are the yin and yang. This is like the utmost balanced form that you can get out there. And in life, what you have discovered is balance is the center of everything. Balance is just the center of everything.
It is 100%. And you just reminded me of something. I think I need to test out a new core value, because like, you just sparked a thought in my head that I'm like, it's going to be really annoying if I don't get it out.
That could be your next challenge.
No, I need to write about this tomorrow. I think teaching might be my core values. Like,
I think balance is everyone's core value. That is the core fundamental core values of human.
Right.
Because the thing is, you say, well, I don't care about balance. Well, what happens if I turn the heat all the way up to 100? You like it? But if I turn it down the way, do you like it? So where you want it? Oh, I want it in the middle. Isn't that balance? Isn't that right?
Right.
That's what I'm saying, is the core values of balance is everyone's balance.
I agree with that. I don't know that other people would understand that song. I think I just started, I don't know if I'm going to regret this or not, but I just started Audible, and their stupid sales every once in a while. They get me every goddamn time. There's books that are on my
library.
Right. They've probably been there for a reason. You know who David Goggins is? They Can't Hurt Me guy. So I've seen this guy's book a million times. I'm looking at it right now, and like, he has 194,000 ratings on Audible, which is one of the biggest I've ever seen. It's insanity how many people have read this book of a guy that I've never even heard of other than through this kind of forum. And I kind of know what he's about. But this is going to be one of those radical candor books, or like Principles by Ray Dalio, where I'm coming in with a preconception.
That made people go surfing book. It's like somebody has done a really, really good job at the PR on that book.
Yeah,
that book, that's ridiculous.
Let my people go surfing. That one has 2,600, but that's still a lot, on Audible. David Goggins has 194,000, and that has 2,600 for the Let My People Go Surfing. It's wild how popular this book is. I mean, Atomic Habits, I wonder how many Atomic Habits has, because that's one of the most popular books that's ever been sold, I think, in the modern age. Atomic Habits has 129,000 reviews, right? Somehow David Goggins is like, what who is this fucking guy? And it got to the point in time where I was like, okay, fine, it's been set on my wish list for a while, but I'm going into this with a pretty good idea of what I'm about to experience. The first chapter that I listened to, I was like, oh, god damn it, like, what am I getting myself into? Like, I don't want to hear somebody tell me that, like, you just gotta eat that frog.
Eat the frog, man.
You just gotta believe that you can do it. I don't want to listen to Shia LaBeouf for 16 hours
just
going,
do it.
do it. I mean, That's what I feel like I'm about to get into, but I also will hesitate and I will go through the process and I will learn something from it. We'll share this eventually in the future.
I have never watched the Kardashian. Okay.
Probably
But the
should.
Kardashian is, I don't know, billionaires. Well, it has to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
It has to come from somewhere. So the thing is, it aligns with some people.
I mean, I used to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I'm not gonna lie. I used to think it was
so. Say I've never watched Titanic.
What?
See?
Like the James Cameron Titanic?
Yes.
Great movie. That is a great movie. That is a great movie. Like great.
I mean, the thing is, these guys that is in the movie, they are so old now. I can't recognize them, right?
Yeah.
I have never watched it. Titanic came out in '96, I think. 98. Yes. Like that is a long time ago. I've never watched it. It doesn't matter. Because it doesn't, to me, rating like that doesn't matter.
I'm
There's
telling
nothing
you
wrong with it. You shouldn't have to feel bad. Like, there's so much rating. I got to go. And
that one lives up to the hype, man. That one, I promise you, is like a really, really good movie. Every time that I accidentally watch that movie, I'm like, oh man, it's such a good movie. I don't like love stories. I'm not like a romantic kind of guy or something like that. The movie isn't a romantic movie. It's got like everything in it. It's got romance. It's got suspense. It's got history. It's got, it just
doesn't appeal to me.
I don't know, man.
And the thing is, everybody say, man, I watched that like 5 times. Like, why have you watched once? It's like, it doesn't appeal to me.
You need to watch that one, True. I think you need to rip off the Band-Aid and go watch.
I have to watch Office Space.
out of space.
Office Space.
Oh, Office Space. Office Space.
You need to watch that 10 times.
I've seen Office Space 10 times.
Because I can relate to that.
I love Office Space. I mean, that's one of my favorite movies, man. I've probably seen that at least 7 times. I just watched it a couple months ago. We talked about this actually.
But my point is, I don't have this herd need to be in a herd desire, right? Like I told you, I'm the black sheep, and that is my comfort zone. It's uncomfortable for people, but I'm the comfort. It's not like, oh, I'm missing out, blah blah. No, I don't feel anything. I just don't feel anything, right?
Fair enough.
So like, you're not the first guy. You're not the first person that tells me you gotta watch Titanic.
I'm just saying, like, it was a really good movie. I feel like you trust me. I don't know. It could be something you'd like. I mean, like, I don't know that anybody that I've ever met that has seen that movie that they're like, yeah, the movie sucked. Like, I don't know that I've never.
But the thing is, say something is, it doesn't have any kind of connection with me. You know what I mean? Because the way that the way that you usually connect with me is you found something that is tied to my core value, and you bring it up. Hey, you love this book because this is your areas of logic, science, and the weird stuff that you do. I know exactly the kind of weird stuff that you do. Well, this thing is right up your alley.
I'll give my best shot here. This movie will make take your elephant on an incredible journey of emotions where you won't even know why. I mean, it doesn't even matter, but like, I promise you, your elephant will be, it's like going to a haunted house or something like that, like you might walk into it going, yeah, I can endure it. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, they're not going to get my elephant. I promise you, your elephant will be got, watching Titanic.
The thing is, I don't like haunted house. I don't watch scary movies. I don't like my emotion up and down like a roller coaster, so it doesn't appeal to me. That's what I'm saying. That's it. You picked the wrong core value. That's actually now that you say that, it makes me less. Before it was like 0. I mean, I even want to watch it. You're gonna have to actually convince me even more than before.
I mean, I don't know what art you would ever enjoy if you don't want your emotions toyed with it a little bit.
What emotion? I don't like emotion being toyed with.
Fair enough. I mean, what if it was a real story? If it was a real story?
It is a real story, huh?
No, I mean, no. The movie Titanic isn't a real story. The sinking of Titanic is a real story.
Actually, I like the real story.
Okay.
If it has a real story, I might watch it.
It has a real story. I mean, it's very visceral of the actual sinking of the ship.
So you're talking about the JP Morgan trying to get the other two, the other bankers killed on the Titanic?
No, I don't.
Oh, that story is I'm interested in. If they explain that to me,
there's a lot of classism on the show on the ship. Like, I mean, they do highlight all that.
The rumor is that JP Morgan did some underhanded tactic to get somebody, his rivals, on that ship, and last minute he did not. To sink it. Some conspiracy.
You think P. Morgan sunk the Titanic?
That's what I've heard, and that's why I want to know more. I cannot judge one way or another because I have no facts to support it.
Well,
But
wow.
if they have done something close related to that and explain a little bit more, give me more details on that movie, I would want to watch it.
No, it's definitely historical. I mean, it definitely covers all the aspects of the known Titanic.
The conspiracy
theory. It doesn't cover conspiracy theories. That is not factual. Conspiracy theories are conspiracy theories. They're not factual.
The reason why you want to watch it, so you want to have more data points to decide whether or not something
has any kind. The movie Titanic is a conspiracy because the heart of the ocean or whatever, the diamond that Rose has, the beginning of the old ass Rose, they're searching for. That's what they're searching for. They're searching for this allegedly the most expensive diamond that was supposedly on this Titanic ship when it went down, and they were trying to find it. They're exploring the depths of the ocean trying to find it.
That doesn't make sense to me at all. This lady
then tells her, what do you mean?
That doesn't make sense to me at all.
No, that's not what Titanic is about. No, all right. So Titanic, the movie, it happens in present day, 1998, right? And this old lady who was a survivor of the Titanic was brought on board by these researchers that were using a submarine to explore the Titanic wreckage. And they were searching for this thing called the heart of the ocean or whatever. It was this massive diamond that they were trying to find, that they had intel on, that went down with the ship, right? And Rose, they thought was the person that owned it. And they found her, they brought her to the ship, and they said, hey, we need your help to help us navigate, as we're exploring with the submarine, and we're looking in on video, like, is this where it is, right? So Rose, this old lady that survived the Titanic when she was like a young 17-year-old or something like that, she starts to tell the story to the crew of her time on the ship, right? And then it goes back in time to when the Titanic was actually launching, and it was her story of her fiance and her, and he gave her this diamond and how she got it, how she lost it, how she met this guy on board that was one of the lower class people. They ended up, developing this great love story, and then everything fell apart and the ship wrecked.
It sounds made up.
It is made up.
I mean, that makes me less want to watch because it's not authentic. Because why would she know where it is if it's lost?
Well, it turns out. Well, I'm not going to ruin it for you.
Who has the big ass diamond? Take it on a Titanic and give to a young lady, the owner of it? It's like, okay.
Well, it was her fiance gave it to her.
Her fiance, but who is dumb enough to bring something to a Titanic, right? That big diamond, you put it in the vault.
Yeah, they did. They had it in a safe. They put the really, really rich people brought all their jewels and shit on the board, because they were going across the ocean, all right. You can go watch the movie. The question we could leave for everybody is can the world hear your song? If they can't, then work on it.
Okay.
Fair enough. Thanks for joining, and we will see you all tomorrow with a new book.
Yep. A brand new book. Good night, everybody.
Have a good night.